welcome back to Books to Huda. I'm Sandy, and today I wanted to do the new to BookTube Tag, which the original was done by the channel, which I've just discovered, called Between Chapters. Forgive my voice, I'm getting over a bit of a cold here. Okay, so I'm using my laptop for the questions because that's the easiest way to do it. Where am I joining you from? Other than joining you from the internet, I am in North Ohio. I can't tell if I'm east or west. Yeah, I've lived in Ohio most of my life, and while I'd rather live in London, Ohio's pretty great. How old are you? 27. Number 3. Why did I join BookTube? I joined BookTube because I wanted to talk about books. I had started my beauty channel, Sensitive Skin Hooray, in October of last year, and it was just a little, I really enjoy that channel and I have a lot of fun, but I also wanted to talk about books because, as you can tell, that's what I do for a job, and I love books. I've always loved books. Books to Huda. Leading into, what is the meaning behind your channel name? And I have some footage taken at my family's home explaining the channel name and why I chose it. Guys, hello! I've remembered to vlog. Also, we have found out.
Mom is crazy.
Yeah. Also, Mom is talking.
We haven't just found that out.
Okay, but Dad has revealed to me that there is another version of the word Books to Huda. It is a German composer
named Books to Huda. What are the odds?
What are the chances of that? Anyway, it is also, as Ike says, in Dirk Gently's
Holistic Detective Agency.
Bye! Number 5. What types of books do I read / want to talk about on this channel? All kinds of books. I used to read a lot of YA, and I still read some YA. I am trying to force myself to read more adult novels, and I'm enjoying reading those too, so it'll be probably a mix, because I like to talk about I like being able to read young adult books, which are usually pretty fast and fun, but I also enjoy challenging myself as a reader and finally getting around to the classics that I've got on the shelf, like Dickens and George Eliot and Jane Austen, yada yada yada. Number 6. Who are some of my favorite authors? George Eliot, Margaret Atwood, Margaret Weiss, she's one of the Dragonlance original authors, Philip Pullman, Cassandra Clare, just looking at my shelf now, Anne Lamott, Nora Ephron, and all of the Brontes, for starters. What is the last book that I read? I don't have it because it was a library book. In fact, the last 2 books I read were library books. I read V.E. Schwab's The Darker Shade of Magic, or A Darker Shade of Magic, which is probably my favorite book that I've read so far this year. There's a sequel coming out next year, and I can't wait. And the last book that I read is Wolf in White Van by John Darnielle, and that was recommended to me by my friend Heather. Hello, Heather, if you're watching. And that was a great book. She and I had a lot of fun talking about it, and maybe I can convince her to do a video with me about it soon. What am I currently reading? Okay, so normally I'm a kind of person that likes to read one book from start to finish, but right now I'm sort of reading 3 books at once, because that's what I'm doing. I have been reading Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott for quite a while, but now that I'm taking part in Camp NaNoWriMo, I'm trying to get myself to write a novella this summer. I wanted some reading and writing guidance, so I'm pushing my way through this. And I'm rereading the book that I read last summer, The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin, which is a self-help memoir thing. It's pretty funny, and it's also just got a lot of tips to get yourself in gear, to really make sure you're enjoying your life, and basically it's cleaning motivation, which I enjoy organizing, but I tend to keep a lot of things that I don't really need, so I'm trying to use this to boost me again, like it did last year, and so far it's working pretty well. And I finally started Emily St. John Mandel's Station 11. Everyone talks about this, and I'm very excited to be reading it. I started it, and it's great. What do I use for bookmarks? It depends. I used to use just like whatever I had on hand, like a ripped piece of paper, but now I have found, oh, well, I use Funko Pop sides. Like, I used to be keeping the boxes, and then I just got too many of them, so I cut the little character thingy out of the side, and it's pretty nice, you know, cardboard and stuff. Or I use, you know, just like coupons or paper, like in the case of those books. But I also have started buying, you know, like actual bookmarks from stores, and of course now that I've said that, none of the books that I have with me have one of those in there, but I like ones with, I have one with the TARDIS on it, Han Solo, Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, that kind of thing. Show us your current TBR pile. My whole bookshelf, pretty much. But these are the books that I'm trying to get to next, mostly because they are library. These are all library books. Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, The Dream Thieves, which is book 2 by Maggie Streifer of the Raven Cycle, Poems on the Underground, illustrated edition, Among the Janeites by Deborah Yaff, which, that cover, it just, like, even if I wasn't interested in the subject matter, I love it. And Shady Characters by Keith Houston, which is all about the parts of books. Do you prefer hardback or paperback, ebook or physical, borrowing or owning? I definitely prefer owning physical books, and I used to only like reading paperbacks, but now I'm actually starting to enjoy reading hardcovers because you can set them open, you know, and I'm very picky about the condition of my books. I hate broken bindings, so reading paperbacks, like when I read a paperback that doesn't have, you know, one of those nice, like, bindings that doesn't break. For example, this one that I haven't read, Dickens' Tale of Two Cities, like, if I tried to read this, it would be at this angle. Like, I will never open a book more than this because I cannot stand broken bindings. Number 12. What book or series got you into reading? That's a question I really can't answer because I've been reading since before I can really remember. I know as a kid I really enjoyed the Dear America series. Sadly, because we moved around a lot when I was a kid, most of my childhood books are gone. So that's kind of a bummer. I used to read whatever I could get my hands on as long as I liked the cover. I'm still picky about that, but that's all books. All books. How did I discover BookTube? That is a question I do know the answer to. I discovered that I liked watching YouTube. I mean, I'd heard of it, but I'd never really, like, I'd never heard of subscribing to a channel or anything. But I was looking on the beauty site Lovelyish, and they had a post about Essie Button, and so I was interested, and I went to watch her videos, got addicted, and that's how I discovered, you know, the beauty section of YouTube. And then Essie Button did a collaboration video with Books and Quills on YouTube, and I was like, people do this about books? Oh my gosh! So, obviously, I started following lots of people, and I love finding new people to follow, and I would love to start having conversations with people. I mean, I've been doing this for a couple months now, but I'm, you know, I still feel pretty new with this, so friend me! What challenges do I think I will face with my own channel? I think I don't really see any challenges with this. I really enjoy it. I'm not sure that I want to ever establish a uploading schedule, which I know is not, like, I love it when people have an uploading schedule, but I feel like if I did that, then it would stop being fun, and I might start resenting the fact that I have to do it on a schedule, because so much of life is already scheduled. And I like that I do this when I feel like doing it, so it stays fresh, interesting, and fun, which is the whole reason I started this channel, was to have fun talking about books. So I think as long as it stays fun, there won't be any challenges. Oh, where can you find me? You can find me here at Books to Huda, or on my beauty channel, Sensitive Skin, hooray, exclamation point. And I have a Twitter, at Aegis1837. It's harder to say than I thought. And I do have a blog, and I have a Goodreads that is linked to that blog. It's read all over Blogspot, BookTube.com, something like that. I'll link it below if you want to read that. I basically blog about books. It's not repeat content, like I don't say the same things on here as I do on there. And there's also kind of random thoughts on there, just what's happening with school, or, you know, if I have an aha moment. So, that is, I don't have Instagram, I don't have Snapchat, because I feel like my life is inundated enough with the internet. I mean, I enjoy the internet, but I'm trying to stop myself from becoming an entire, like, my brain is, I don't want it to turn into a screen, so I'm trying to keep that from happening. So, thank you very much for watching, and I would love to see new channels and what you're reading, if you want to tell me below or tweet me. And so, I hope you enjoyed this. Books to Huda!